This is episode 101, Real Estate Fight Club. I don't think I did that on episode 100. Sorry, Sharon. Okay. Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Fight Club. What's up, Jennifer Mertland?
Monica, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I feel grumpy, so I'm ready to fight you today.
I think we should just postpone this recording and we'll circle back to it at a different time.
We will not. Let's get after it.
I like it when you show up grumpy. It makes for a great podcast.
This is a dumb topic too.
Why are you? It is not. Why are you so grumpy?
I don't know. Does that happen to you? Like when you. No, I'm just.
No, I'm birds and butterflies and peach ice cream all the time.
I don't like peach ice cream.
I love it.
That's your favorite ice cream?
No, it is not, but it is delicious.
What is your favorite ice cream?
Salted caramel from Grater's.
Oh,
what is yours?
Chocolate chip. I don't actually like ice cream that much, honestly.
No? Really?
I like chocolate chip cookies and I like brownies.
Oh, I'm a big brownie fan too.
Special brownies?
My number one, though, is hot apple pie with vanilla ice cream, like just good old-fashioned Americana.
We're just not going to share dessert.
Let's duke it out over that. All right, guys, thanks for joining us for another episode of Real Estate Fight Club. We appreciate you being here. And today, Jen and I are going to duke it out over this question. Get ready.
Dumb question.
Is CE a waste of time? Is continuing education a waste of time? Jen, give us a little bit more than a one-word answer because I can already tell that's what you've got.
That was gonna be what I got.
Yeah.
My answer is yes. It's dumb. It's dumb.
You of all people who want you want to blow up the whole industry so that people know how to act and know how to sell.
Okay, let me back up. So I think that what is the point of continuing education?
It is to continue people's education.
Right. I understand. I just don't think it accomplishes its goal. I think the way that it's like the way we go about it is dumb. And I just don't think it just doesn't work. I don't know. You think it's a good idea? You like it? Listen,
I think continuing your education and continuing to stay up on in industry standards and trends and all of that is extremely important. Pardon me?
You do the work. That's how you stay up on what's going on.
Well, you have to also read and educate yourself and
you should listen to podcasts.
That's true. And I do. Here's what I will give you, but I don't think it's an answer. Okay. Here's what I'll give you.
Okay.
CE as it stands today in the industry is kind of a joke because you can go online and plow through it in 6 hours.
So yes, you can. And you could finish 30 hours of CE in an hour and a half. Right. So what they've done in some places is now you can't do that. Well, mandating it also doesn't make the content good.
Right.
So it's like you're putting a Band-Aid over an arm that's falling off.
Your answer is always just to blow it up, blow everything up, blow the real estate industry up, blow this.
I just feel like when we don't blow things up, I like fire, apparently. I don't know.
I guess you do.
When we don't blow things up, we're just like solving these little Band-Aids. And I really think we need to rethink and resolve the issue. And I don't think we should blow it up and then start again with the same structure.
How would you redo it?
I didn't know you were going to ask me that.
Oh, well, I mean, what's the question?
Look, here's what I agree with you on. I think that, and I'll give this to you.
Okay.
I think that continuing to learn is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I just don't think that the CE classes that are provided I don't think they expand your mind. They don't give you a new perspective. I just think telling everybody what could get them in trouble, quote unquote, which we learned from the What Would You Do episodes, nobody actually gets in trouble. I just think it's dumb. The whole thing is dumb. So what would I do? Well, first of all, I would start us somewhere different, right?
Okay, right.
I think now we're trying to build a dam and the water's too high. We can't build it that high. Like we got to start before the water started. I don't know. My metaphors are off.
So yeah, no, I know where you're coming from. The answer to the question, the way I answered it, is CE a waste of time? I said, no, it's not a waste of time. That doesn't mean it's perfect as it is, but I think the concept of continuing education is a good idea and is not a waste of time. Do we have some courses?
More literal than you.
I think what's that? What'd you say?
I took it more literal than you.
Yes, you did. The courses do not engage, and in order to learn, you must engage. And so if the content was different and the teachers were different and all of that, I think that would be, maybe if these courses had to be taken in person so that you couldn't hide behind the computer. Now, I like the idea of being able to get through 30 hours in 6 hours. I personally like that, but that doesn't do me any good.
In-person doesn't work for everybody. And I don't think you have to be in person to like learn something. I don't.
I know, because you like to travel the world and sell houses back in Ohio. So you see.
Yeah. So like, I just don't think that's useful for today, right? The world is technology and you can learn stuff through technology. You can be interactive through technology. And that is how the world is going. So like, I don't know.
What if CE was more about, sure, there can be an ethics, requirement. That's fine.
Great to teach ethics.
Well, I'm just saying good to whatever, 3 hours. I'm fine with that. But what if the CE was about how to build a business, how to do a P&L, how to
reason to start this bullshit at the beginning?
Well,
have this be the real estate school. Like, I don't think continuing education should be ethics. Look, if you are not ethical, you should lose your license, and you don't, not you.
What if you're ethical, but you didn't know, you forgot about that you weren't supposed to do X, Y, Z?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are situations where that can happen. Absolutely. And it's a case by case. I'm not saying we should get rid of the ethics committee. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I just don't think it could be taught now. I think you are who you are, and you can learn and grow. But like, ethics is something that like you either are ethical or you are not as a basis. Like, you are honest or you are not. You're not like honest sometimes and dishonest other times.
No, but ethics in real estate involves you understanding where the lines are drawn.
But I think like, okay, so how do we teach? If that's true, that makes sense. And you do it through stories, right? But like, having it be mandatory, I just think, I don't know. Maybe I think it shouldn't really be mandatory. Oh, do you think agents would do it if it wasn't mandatory? I don't know. They take stupid designation classes. And I mean, you learn stuff that's not mandatory. I learn stuff every day that's not mandatory. Yeah, I just think it's important. It's not a waste of time, but I think, are there flaws in the system? 100%, 100%. I don't know. I feel like we should go back to our corner. You need to regroup. I need to stomp. You got in trouble as a little kid and you were mad. Yeah, I was like stomped up the stairs. Why don't you stomp back to your corner? Did you stomp too? Oh God, yes. Like a big brat. All right, let's take a short break here. A word from our partners. And when we return, we will have the final punches. Welcome back. Now let's get back to the battle inside of the ring. But Jen, did you ask anybody about this question? Or what are we doing? Can't wait for the tiebreaker. Oh, okay. All right. But I also feel like my answer was not very well thought out, just because I was like, I don't know what we would do about it. I just think it's dumb. And we shouldn't have it. I don't know. I feel like we need to re-record. I need like a better, well thought out answer. I threw you for a loop by asking you how to fix it. The only reason I asked you that is because last time you wanted to blow the whole thing up. You had an answer to how to fix it. No, I usually do. I just didn't for this one because I just think it's dumb. I don't know if it's dumb. I think learning is not dumb, but no, that's the thing. That's the rub, right? So like, right. But then it's like, okay, if you were able to self learn and learn things that are interesting to you by people that are like interesting to you, right? Because that could be anybody. Why couldn't all of it count for CE? Like, hey, so is having a growth mindset a requirement for being a real estate agent? I kind of don't think it is.
It isn't, unfortunately. You're right.
Well, it
What
should
if-
be. I don't know that it should be either. I think you can be a successful agent and have I'm a growth-minded individual, but like, there are successful agents that I know that are not. They just like, this is how they do it. They like doing it. They really are for their clients. They do an amazing job. They don't want to learn anymore.
And they're never going to get in trouble because they stay between the lines. Like they do the right things. Yeah, I agree with you.
You always have to be like bigger, more, better, more blah, blah, blah. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes you just do what you do, boo.
What if the CE really was geared towards true, like the question would be, does this CE class give the agent something that helps them better their business versus just does it reiterate
stuff, right? Like every brokerage has a billion classes that most of the time any agent can go to. I'm pretty sure. Like I've been to CE classes other places, other people from other brokerages have come to our classes. Like it's fine most of the time, right? Or they listen to like different podcasts and you learn stuff from like lessons learned podcasts or you read a book and it helps you with your business. Like that should just be enough.
Well, unfortunately, the only thing I'll disagree with you on is that most brokerages have the same old freaking content rotating through their training room over and over and over again, being taught by somebody that used to sell houses 20 years ago.
Or 40.
Sorry. I mean, it's just real.
Well, yeah, but if you can get one piece of information out of whatever you decide to do, whatever you feel is valuable, then why can't that just be continuing education? Why does it have to go through this long process of being like, oh, this counts for CE? Because I have people that want to come to some stuff that we do, but they're like, is this CE? And I'm like, it's not.
Right.
It should be, because you're going to learn more here than you learn, online or sitting in class one day.
It's very true. It's very true.
You to a point, should the CE be taught by people that are currently in the industry?
If we upgrade the teachers, we upgrade the classes.
But not everybody that's successful at sales is a good teacher. It's a problem.
Very true. Very true. When you're doing do you do your CE through an online system portal?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And when you're picking your package out to get your 30 hours.
Look the easiest.
Easiest?
Yeah. I don't pick anything hard.
See, that's the inherent problem with the program. Because I'm the exact same. No judgment. It's the exact same.
Right.
But if they had like really interesting course material that captivated like your mind, I think you might be like, that's interesting.
Maybe, but then I'd be pissed that it's 30 hours because then it's like, or whatever it is, right? Because you have different states and all this stuff.
Right.
Okay, well, what's the opportunity cost here? So you're having me do this thing that you're like forcing me to do it in a certain time slot. Now, granted, they do give you a long time, but but like, what am I not doing because I'm doing this?
Wait, I have a question for you.
That's not counting.
What if you only had to do continuing ed if you did less than like it was tied to productivity?
Oh my God. Now you're speaking my language.
That's what I thought. That would be right up your alley.
No, I think please don't kill me, anybody.
Oh God.
I think there should be different levels of licensing. And I think you should have to at some point lose your license if you have a certain level of licensure that requires a certain level of production. And if you don't have that production, you maybe like, it's called something different. And the public knows that you are like a less productive. And some people will just choose that, right? Because maybe it's cheap, maybe it's cheaper, maybe like you're giving something up, right?
Yeah. You know what it's like? And you probably know this because you've gone to a salon. At a salon, they have like a stylist
because all my hair is gray right now.
No, it looks good. Your hair's on point. Really? It's good. It looks good. But that stylist charges, twice as much as the apprentice level. And there's usually an in-between.
Yeah.
And so you get to decide, are you much, financially conscientious and you don't care?
And your hair out. You were just trying to get a trim and now you got a pixie cut.
Right. It's all good. But God, I'd love to have senior real estate consultant attached to my signature because I've been selling consistently for 17 years.
But it would have to be time on task and it has to be productive. Okay, look, what are we doing?
This is it.
Blowing up the industry. Thank you, Monica. You agree with me. We're done. Goodbye.
And then, depending on what tier you're in, is what the CE looks like. And I think that could get interesting.
So smart.
Yes.
So when I'm czar of real estate of the world, you can be on my cabinet.
I would
Do
be.
czars
I
get
would
cabinets?
What's that?
Advisors? Do they have advisors?
Yeah, advisors or cabinet. Either way, I would love to be on your cabinet.
You're on. You're
okay.
in.
All right. I think that's going to have to be the end of today's.
Solved it. We're done. That's it.
We did. If they would only freaking ask us, then they would see that we have the answers.
We could submit this as an article to Inman News, which everybody should subscribe to. I've said it 1,000 times.
Yes.
News.
Without a doubt, you should. That is part of continuing education right there.
Yeah, if you're a subscriber, you get a point.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, see?
I mean, you don't, but you
get an hour.
Yeah.
All right, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, if this made you think differently, if you disagreed with us, whatever it is, whatever the case may be, go to our Facebook page. That's Real Estate Fight Club podcast page, and let us know what you think.
We also have a YouTube page, Real Estate Fight Club on YouTube.
If you want to see this in action,
yeah. So you can watch this. We also have a bunch of tips for realtors. We have all kinds of crap up there. Super useful. Hopefully. Yeah. And if you have an interest in learning more about EXP and want to talk to Monica and I, give me a call, 513-400-1691. Monica, I like your solution-oriented mentality.
I think you and I came from different places and then ended up in the same place today, which was really, I think, a first out of all of our podcasts.
I feel like you just agreed with me and said it was dumb. Is that what happened?
Actually, I think you might be right. Mark this one down in the books.
All right. Bye, Monica.
See you next time. Bye, Jen.